do you get nervous in front of these things?
No, they know.
God.
Because I know. No,
I do.
I love, well, you can't tell. Let's connect for a second.
I'm breaking out in hives.
And no one can tell.
Okay.
No one can see. Okay. This is, I have been
looking forward.
I love you too. I love you so much. I have been looking forward to this.
You're gonna make me cry.
Since you started your podcast and I was like, I want to be on it. Then you messaged me and you're like, you want to be on it? I was like, yes. So yeah, I love you.
And how lucky am I?
How lucky
I'm just doing this little stupid podcast and you're out there making movies.
Let's not do that. Come on, Lacey. You're like,
He is.
No. You encouraged me to go for my dreams back when you were at Super Fitness, and I saw what you were doing, and I was like, okay, like I gotta pull some Lacey energy. So you have
It's some crazy energy.
It's good, and it's the only way to get shit done.
Wash me in the blood of the Lamb. Take me just the way that I am. Cleanse my sins, let me start again. Wash me in the blood of the Lamb.
Ladies and gentlemen, your heavyweights.
If you want to be a pro, you gotta lift like a pro. Good, keep that control. Good.
I got a new coach. He trains all the pros. He's really, really good.
It's not gonna make you happy, you know that, right?
I think it will.
I'm telling you, a pro card ain't gonna fix your fucking problems for you.
I guess I'd like to figure that out myself.
Now push! Drive it!
Oh my God. Get the fuck off me! God doesn't want this for you!
Start tipping, guys. Come on.
Talked about this. Remember how bad things got for you.
My son, he needs an ambulance! Oh!
I am doing what I have to. What the fuck would you know about that?
You look just like him. Good, baby. We're gonna win this time.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to you for a minute. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm ready. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready to welcome them to the Lacey PAC?
Yes, you do it.
Welcome to the Lacey PAC podcast. My name is Brock Yurich, and it is my honor and privilege to be here in front of the infamous, the legendary Lacey. And I am so happy to be invited as a guest on your incredible show. So thank you for having me.
You are so good at this. That was amazing. And now I have to welcome you though, because now I do have to do it. So now I'm gonna say, welcome to the Lacey PAC podcast, where we have the most amazing man in the industry, Brock Yurich.
Thank you.
He is here today.
We're just gonna glaze each other for an
and then
hour.
you can edit this shit.
We're just gonna. They're gonna be like, oh my god.
You want to talk about your pecs first?
We can talk about the pecs.
Okay. Yeah. But can you do it?
This sweatshirt's too baggy, but.
Yeah, you can. You can. You can.
Yeah.
At least the left one.
A little bit. Yeah. The right one.
Have you ever seen the lady with the big boobs and the watermelon?
No.
She takes her boobs.
Don't talk about my mom like that.
Damn it. We should have invited her.
What does she do?
She takes her.
The watermelon?
And there's watermelon, or there's any kind of food, and she slams her boob and it smashes it everywhere. So
YouTube, I need to see this.
So I welcomed you pretty good, you know?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So Brock's here, and Brock, how long have we known each other now, you think?
Well, did we meet at Super Fitness? Or did we meet before that?
We met before that. I didn't go to school with you until I moved my freshman summer into sophomore year to Philly. And that brought me around Philly more. So then once I met you in high school.
Okay.
At some point I was younger and we met, but we didn't get close and get to know each other until Super Fitness.
Super Fitness. So yeah, that's right.
And then I started working there and you were working out there all the time, but you were just getting into like your journey of.
Yeah.
I don't think you hadn't done any shows or anything, I don't think, had you?
I was, so I moved. My dad moved us to Florida my sophomore year. So did we meet my friend? Because I was in.
Had to been then because I met you when we
Yeah,
were in.
It was because I left after my freshman year of high school in New Philly.
And I think it was through Kylie.
I think
Either
so,
I
yeah.
met you through Kylie or I met you through, but somebody. I met you through somebody.
Yeah. I knew we had a
through
history.
dance, because I danced up in
Yes.
Dover, and then people knew you, and I thought you were hot, and I was like, oh, right.
Likewise.
And
Yeah.
so then we'll get into that in a minute. I'm gonna ask you another question, but no, I just always found you attractive, and then I danced in Dover, and I remember meeting you, whether it was through Lighthouse or I don't even know what it was.
Oh my God, yeah.
Something. It was through something.
Yeah.
But then you weren't around.
Yeah.
And then when you came back, how old were you when you came back?
I was
To Tuscarawas County.
I went to finish up high school in Fort Myers, Florida. I graduated out of Fort Myers, and then I went to college in Orlando. And in the middle of college, my parents moved right back to town here. So they moved to Cape Coral, and then 5 years later.
So your senior year, or you were there your whole senior year?
I was there my whole senior year. I was in Florida my sophomore, junior, senior year of high school.
Okay.
And then my 4 years of college right after. I was in Orlando. And in the middle of college, they were like, hey, we're not digging Florida anymore. We're gonna go back to T County. And I was like, okay, I'll see you up there. So I'm gonna burp on camera.
Do it.
So instead of
fart on camera.
Okay, perfect. So when I would go back home to visit, I would go back to Ohio then, back same hometown. And so
Who were you staying with in Florida?
I lived like
by yourself?
Well, I mean, I had roommates, like all the theater kids. I got my BFA in theater.
Okay.
So we were like our own fraternity. We all had class together. We all partied together, and we all had our roommates together. So I lived with, my sophomore year, I lived with 3 girls that I took class with, and we all lived in a house. And then junior year, I lived with 2 guys that we all took class together and lived in a house. And then my senior year, I lived in an apartment with one of my college
I did not know this.
buddies. Yeah. And then right after college, I moved to New York City.
Yeah.
So I would then go from New York to Ohio, that's why I was like, for Christmas or in the summer, I would come visit, and that's where I'd go to Super Fitness.
Yep.
And that's where you and I really reconnected and talked and just
became like this.
Yeah.
Well, we had the same mind going on. I was home.
Yeah.
Well, when I was at Super Fitness, I had just moved home from Los Angeles.
Yep.
And then I would still go back every summer.
Mm-hmm.
So I would come home, I would work, save up enough money to then leave to go train for 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend who lived out there, she was pursuing her singing career,
Yes.
Kelsey, and she would come to here.
Yeah.
And then we would drive to New York City and walk around New York City passing out flyers. And this is all during that time that you're going back and forth as well.
Yeah.
It's still that lifestyle of both of us. I think that's what I'm getting to is I think that's what connected the most is that you understood
the hustle.
the hustle of all of it.
The insanity. And yeah, you were an LA girl and I was a New York boy, but it's like they're both
the same.
They're both just like they're so difficult.
Oh my God.
But rewarding.
And expensive. And it's a shock coming from here, going to there.
Yeah.
But then we had done it. Like, when you were in Florida, before you did college and everything, because I skipped that. Okay. I left New Philly the day after graduation.
Wow.
And went right to LA.
Oh my God. 18?
At 18. Yes. I wanted to leave before graduation, but my mom would not give me any money. She's like, I was going to give you, you're not going to get any money and you're going to break my heart if you do not walk for graduation. And I'm like, God.
You got one foot on the gas pedal. You're like,
I'm like, can't you just send me the damn diploma? It ain't gonna do anything for me with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you're lucky I went to high school, Mom. But so that was the rule though. I had to walk for her and then I could leave. And so I left the next day. But with that being said, before you did college then, college was in Florida.
College was in Orlando, Florida.
So you just went back and forth the whole time. So you were still in a big city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was it the culture shock as big to New York as you think it would have been had you stayed in
I got a nice buffer.
Okay.
So going from Ohio to Cape Coral, Florida, that was a shock.
Yeah.
I was like, Ohio is pretty Caucasian.
Absolutely.
T County is pretty Caucasian. And then I went to Florida, and I was like, all my friends were, Colombianos, Dominicanos, and I was
Yep.
like I'd like learned fluent Spanish,
Yeah.
and I worked at Gold's Gym, and I got a job at Gold's Gym in Cape Coral, Florida.
Okay.
So I would like sell memberships in Spanish, and they're like, Brock, we need you. And I'm like, ¿Qué pasó? What's up?
Stop.
¿Quieres una
And you just picked
membresía?
up Spanish
Yes.
in the middle of your teens?
Yes. Because and we would practice in the hallway because my friends were like fluent, and so I was like, I need to be bilingual, and so I really took Spanish class serious, and I practiced at the gym, and
That's amazing. I
yeah,
took Spanish here in Tuscarawas County
And-
for 4 years, and
with Senor Bear. Love Senor Bear.
you
I
do.
love
I'm sure you do.
I mean, yeah, I had him for a freshman year, and yeah, no, I was like, everybody kind of like blew it off, but I really was like, I want to be able to speak Spanish, and then my dad was like, we're going to Florida, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, it's gonna pay off.
Yep.
So why was it important for you to leave?
Why was it for you to leave?
How about you? Well, I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you
I
had to
got
leave.
moved when I was 15, but I always knew that what I wanted to do was not going to happen in Dover.
What about in Orlando, though? Why couldn't you stay in Orlando?
So in the theater department in college, you either, as actors, you either stayed in Orlando and worked at Universal or Disney, which was a
Excellent.
great job.
Disney, yep.
My friend played Peter Pan at Disney. My other friend was Pocahontas and Jasmine. My other friend was Ariel, Cinderella, and Belle, which is called a superface. If you play 3 characters, 3 Disney princesses, that's a superface.
Never even knew that.
Yeah, and you have to. They said you have to memorize everything because
everything.
kids know everything about.
Yes.
He had to memorize the map of Neverland.
Yep.
So that was like, that's a lot of pressure.
Michael
but
Jackson probably had that memorized more than he did. But
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry,
But
you don't have to use that either.
But you either stayed in Orlando and did theater. There's not a lot of film going on there, or you went to New York or LA. And so I picked New York because I thought it would be much more accessible. The idea of LA was a little bit more daunting to me because I was like, I got to get a car. I don't know anything. It feels so big. And I had visited New York a few times in college and like seen Broadway shows, and I thought it was really fun, and I liked the energy. So I went to New York specifically to get my ass kicked. What I
Yeah.
wanted to do was, I was like, I want to go train in New York and then go to LA with the chops. And I didn't want to go straight to LA, but because as an actor, like I wanted to study with New York teachers.
Yeah.
And because in acting, it's different in dance. Like in dance, it's like you go to LA.
Yeah.
Like that's where pop stars are. That's where
If you're doing the
you
pop star route.
yeah, and that's where you wouldn't go. You're not gonna like.
New York is
audition-
Broadway.
New York is Broadway.
New York is Broadway.
So you went to LA, and
Yeah.
but for acting, I was like, I want to work with teachers who are going to make me feel terrible about myself, and get that tough skin. And I
Mhm.
did, so I went to New York, and I applied for a scholarship. I was a bartender, and I met this one of my customers was talking to me about my degree, and he said, I am a professor at Stella Adler, and I think you should apply for the scholarship because I think you would do well in my summer
program.
program. So I applied for the scholarship. I got the scholarship, and I got to study at Stella, and that really helped ground my because I was in New York, and I'm like, I don't know where to even start
Yeah.
here. And so going to class, having a full other semester at this incredible school, and then he helped introduce me to my manager, who took me on as an actor. So
Mhm.
she became an agent pretty much.
Yeah.
And so that's really what set me on the path for like auditioning and booking things, and I did my first real movie in 2014 called The Outcasts, and it was like a little Mean Girls type teeny comedy. I think it's on
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay.
And we got to go up, and we had like our name on the door. And I was
Yes.
like, we're getting paid in money and not
Oh,
like
yeah.
lunch. Like, this
Yes.
is great.
Oh, I love that. We're getting paid in money and not lunch. People don't realize
Yeah,
that.
because leading up to then, I would go on to Actors Access, and I would submit myself for short films and student films, and I would just get as much experience as I could because I had no film experience, and which is a very different beast than theater.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
And I went to New York, and I went to theater auditions, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna show
I'm
myself.
gonna leave.
Like,
I'm gonna leave.
I am not prepared for this.
Yep.
They are wailing. They're hitting notes I could never. They're doing it 8 times a week, and I was like, I am not cut out for this. I'm going to go do movies.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and I loved going for TV and film auditions. And so I started I did like, Law and Order and Kimmy Schmidt and Succession and all these fun shows.
Kimmy
and
Schmidt.
What's that?
I said I love Kimmy
Yeah,
Schmidt.
yeah. It was, and I got to work with Titus Burgess, and I got to work with so many cool people. And that's, about like LA and New York. You don't go there for a backyard and a cool life.
No.
You're gonna go home and suffer, but you get to go to work and work with Ice-T on, on whatever, and you get to work with Kieran Culkin on Succession, and it was like, this is great. And so I studied with really great New York teachers, and then 2020, COVID hit, and mom and dad in Ohio said, get the fuck home now.
Yep.
So I left and I drove and I stayed with them for a few months here in Ohio, and I got my own little apartment in Ohio. I realized like nothing's happening. There's nothing, I'm not missing anything.
You and every actor and dancer, every dancer I know moved home and opened a dance studio.
And it was,
that's not every one of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, and like, I know COVID was a rough time, but me personally, it was such a special period in my life when I got to live 10 minutes from my parents and babysit my nieces, and I got to be Uncle Brock.
Yep.
And still get to audition on Zoom, and I still got to book jobs, and I got to go to, drive to New York and shoot something, then come back. And I booked something in Budapest. I got to fly to Budapest and shoot FBI International.
Wouldn't it be beautiful if that was the way
that's what
it went?
That's what I'm working towards. That's what I want.
That's what it needs to be.
My dream, yes, and my dream for my life, my goal is to build a cabin somewhere in Ohio, live there, and travel and go do what I need to do. But that comes with time, and that comes with the resume, and that comes with like.
Oh, you have to put the work into it.
Yeah, you got to put the work in. So right now, LA is my place, and I love LA to death. I can't wait to be bi-coastal.
I can't believe that it took you going to New York to go to LA then, because I was opposite and would have thought New York scares the shit out of me because I didn't go to New York very much, and it's so. This is a really weird way to explain it. I almost feel like New York is a darker.
It is. Oh, it's dark as hell.
Okay.
Oh, it's scary.
Right, like because it's so small and because it's so compacted.
Yes.
That to me going there was like, oh, I don't know if I can go to New York. Oh, but I don't think I never ventured it. That wasn't an option. Whereas
you're right.
acting and theater is an out. LA was like, welcome.
Come
on in,
it is.
baby.
It's like, I'm like,
we're opening
after
arms
New York,
to you.
I moved to LA and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
This is lovely. It's lovely there.
It is lovely
but
there.
But at the time when I'm in my early 20s, I was like, I just know that. Okay, so when you would go to LA, how did you get around? How did you find a car?
I drove out there.
How long? How'd you do that? That's 33 hours.
I know. I've driven it 7 times. 3 of them by myself.
How?
I don't know.
I need to know how.
I don't know. And
that's wild.
I have mental problems, like that. You shouldn't drive that many times in your life. There's no need. And I always took the southern route, and the southern route is so boring.
It's a lot of desert.
It's a lot of desert on 40, State Route 40.
But that also has to be such a fun, freeing experience to you're on your own as a young 20.
Yeah, I was 18, 19.
Crazy.
I did it. So you did such a longer path. You did and you're still rolling with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I think because I started, I was 15 when I started traveling the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I was, speaking of Orlando, at 16, I flew down to Orlando by myself.
Dance competitions down there.
Right, to Giorgio's dance studio and trained with him and stayed with his family for a week and skipped school. Or no, that might have been summer, but might have skipped school, who knows. But you know what I mean?
Just
whatever.
Skipping school, just to skip school.
Yeah, whatever. I told my mom I was going and I went. There was no stopping. But I did, and so I think the traveling, I always knew I needed a car in LA. I always knew that.
Yeah.
And I also knew I wanted to be able to, it was cheaper then to get yourself there by car than to fly.
Sure.
So to have, $300 to fly out there when I could spend $150 to drive.
That's crazy to think about.
It is crazy to look at the gas prices right now and know that I drove there for $150.
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah.
And remember, at that time, I didn't have my cell phone was a flip phone.
I was going to say, you don't have a GPS.
I had a map.
You had a map.
I had a map, and sitting beside me.
Wait, what year is this?
2007.
So MapQuest, were you printing out MapQuest?
I was printing out MapQuest. Fuck yes, I was printing out
Kids
MapQuest.
don't know.
No,
Kids don't know.
But I also did have a map that my grandmother had to sit me down and
I
say,
could never.
this is how you need, because I got lost. I mean, there was on the way home one year when I came home, this I think was my final trip, I got lost and I took, instead of going through West Virginia, I went straight and I missed the exit. And I remember calling my grandmother on the phone and she's going, did you make the left onto Boa? I'm like, no, I went straight. She goes, I knew you'd do this. And I took my phone and I said, I'll be fine. I remember shutting the phone, throwing it across the
flip
phone. I'm like, fuck you, Grandma. I'm driving. I don't care. Because on the phone, she's like, you just added 5 hours to your trip. I'm like, and I was like, dying.
I don't need this right now.
No,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm moving home. I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I don't need this, Grandma. And I had 5 hours on my trip. But regardless of, sorry, I thought you had your hand in the air.
No, I'm just watching. But like, what
Sorry.
like, what amazing.
Oh, it's
like,
wonderful.
You're like, and when you got there, you're like,
And this is the time.
I'm the king of the universe. I can do anything.
But at that time too, you got to remember, like, there were years I didn't have money for a hotel. So you're going 33 hours and you're sleeping in your car
Sure.
at a gas station in New Mexico.
At 18 years old, as a young woman, Lacey, come on.
Yeah.
Thank God you're still here.
Back then, people didn't mess with you.
What?
Mess with you then.
Okay.
Not me, at least. I locked the doors and I said, me. I was out.
Okay.
But,
I mean, thank God.
I know,
happened.
thank God. But still,
God.
but yeah, it was amazing. There's a lot of time though and maybe you have this, there's a lot of time in those years I don't remember. And I don't know if it's because I was so into everything and every day was, and this is maybe a difference between New York and LA. In LA, every day is so fast.
Oh,
every day is
New York. It went by
is
like
it the
that.
same? Okay, because every day it's okay. I wake up at noon. Yeah. You have to wake up at noon.
Yeah.
You market at night.
Yes.
You network at night. You book your jobs at night. You don't, so you wake up at noon. And that was another thing. You don't eat dinner till 9 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Like, weird. So that was my life thing, was going out at 18 being like, oh, I'm going to bed at 8:30 because I've got to get up in the morning and take class.
Yeah.
Well, none of your classes start until noon, or the good classes are at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the best classes are at 8:30.
Yes.
So you're like, oh shit.
I have to be alert. It's opposite. Yeah.
It's completely opposite.
Yep.
You got to stay up very late and then go to bed and sleep. So that messed me up for a minute. But anyway, I'm all over the place right now. But no, just life was different. And so I've always wondered that about New York. That was the same though, like in the years of moving there, that Los Angeles to be like, I mean, were your classes as far as like college or being a student in a theater class or doing acting auditions there during the day or at night?
The hours were kind of all over the place, and it was all sorts of different things that I had to be just ready for. And so I was training clients too. I would personal train clients, and some of them, like I would typically have the mornings. I would have a few clients, and then everybody wanted to train after work. So I had like a 6 to 7 or 7:30, and the middle of my day was a bit more open, so I could go to auditions. I had acting class. Acting class was typically in the middle of the day. Stella Adler was maybe from like 10 to 3. But I would bartend. I was bartending Wednesdays and Saturdays, and that would throw me off. And we were up until 3, closing at 3 or 3:30, and getting home at 5 in the morning and sleeping till whenever. And so there was no routine or schedule. You just had to you just had to get up and go. I had a routine as much as I could, but yeah, you had to be ready for anything. And then
it's the same.
Yeah, and then you book something, and it's like
then your whole world's changed.
We're all meeting up and we're meeting at Times Square at 5 in the morning for the band, and it's like,
going, and we don't.
So yeah, it was just all over the place.
Did you holding a job? I found was very hard as well, because I would book things that were during my actual like waitressing hours, and I can't waitress. I can't work at the yogurt shop. I can't do this because I've got to be. And then people would get pissed. Because you're calling in lots of help, or there'd be a class. This was a big thing for us, and I don't know about you, but for a dancer, class is so important, and class isn't like, I don't think class is like your class. Our classes are, when we go, you take a chance that that artist is going to be in that
Yes.
room.
Yeah.
Okay. And that they're going to watch you
Yeah.
and then grab you aside, or that choreographer is going to see you and be like, hey, I need to hang out with you tonight for a minute.
You have to be 100% every time.
Right. So you can't work all day long, have a real 8 to 5 job, and then rush to class.
Half-ass it.
And half-ass it, because you're, every single time you're in a room, you're auditioning.
Yep.
Every nightclub you go to, you're auditioning.
Yep.
Every person you shake hands with is an audition. And you don't realize that is the most taxing thing, I think, in my life I've ever done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather work 24 hours a day, and I'd probably have more energy getting 1 hour of sleep than I did doing that. It was so, you had to be on at all times.
Yep. And you got to be nice, because you never know who you're going to run into. And yeah.
And you got to watch how you're coming off. And then you're, you know, we talked about in the podcast earlier on, my roommate at the time, she was, when I first moved to Los Angeles, she was trying to tell me, you know, you have to be a part, you know, same as acting. You're selling yourself, but you're not your real self.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be younger. You can lie about your age.
Yeah.
You, if there's too many people auditioning that are blondes, then you go and you dye your hair that night. Like, there's all these things that you have to.
I think that's like that's something that you grow out of, though.
Okay.
That's what I had to learn to not do. And I learned when I started producing and writing and making my own things and casting, I was like, oh, that's how we all look when we're trying to do the thing. And I was like, oh, that doesn't work.
No.
And it's like, I am looking for somebody who is truly 100% just themselves, because I need to know what it's going to be like with you on set.
Right. And not just when you're having that.
And you can tell when someone's faking it and when someone's putting on a show, when someone's just like being real. And we all want to work with someone who's real. And
you're exactly right.
Yeah. And I could tell, like, we were, you know, with watching even on self-tapes for the movie, I was watching these, you know, actors, and I was like, that's who I want to work with.
We have to talk about that. Can we bring up your shirt?
Loms.
Okay, but you walk in here, this prestiged, amazing, handsome actor, and you're wearing a Loms hoodie.
Can you get that? Can you get that? So, okay, so Rachel Stringfellow on the set of I wrote and produced a film called Test.
Yes.
And we shot it here in Dover last year. And Rachel Stringfellow and Matt were the costumers. And Rachel, her husband Brandon.
Explain who Rachel is.
Right, so she's the costumer. Sorry, Rachel Stringfellow. She was the costumer. She did all the wardrobe with.
She came here.
She lives here.
She lives here.
And her husband Brandon Tilka.
Okay.
Brandon found all the locations, and she did all the wardrobe. And Brandon shows up in a Loms t-shirt, and I was like, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "The shirt. I want it. Loms was my favorite place as a child. It was my favorite place. It was amazing. The little koi pond, the Chinese koi pond. It was this beautiful Chinese restaurant where the food was so good. Anytime it was my birthday or whatever, they're like, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "Loms." And so he had these shirts. When they closed, they did this big closeout sale, and he got these shirts. And he said, "I think I have a couple." So on the last day of filming, he brought me 2 t-shirts, and I was like, "These are like gold." And they were a little bit too small, and I didn't want to screw them up. So they meant so much to me that I found a sweater, and I asked a tailor to cut out the logo.
Stop and put it on the sweatshirt. That's why it's like that.
She cut out the t-shirt and patched it and made it a thing so I can wear it like all the time and not screw up the shirt. And I can kind of wear it. And so I love this, and I wear it here in town, and people are like, "Oh," so I'm like,
"Where did you get that?" Yeah.
It's like, you know, if you know,
it's been shut down now for probably. Well, it shut down when I opened up my dance studio again, so probably about 5 years now.
Yeah, it was about 2020, I think.
Yep.
Or 2020, yeah.
Which is insane.
And now you had someone that I really, really love, Miss Kylie Hummel. I knew her as Kylie Westfall.
I don't call her by Hummel. It's Kylie Westfall.
Kylie, yeah, I know, yeah. Kylie and I would tumble and flip together in middle school. And I want to clear up a couple things.
Because we had her on Unpacked. We had her on Lacey PAC Unpacked.
And I'm listening to you guys talk about me was the funniest thing. I was so funny, but
how did you get hot all of a sudden? You need to listen to it, but Brock would be great to be in a music video for that.
Oh my god!
Not that he wasn't hot in the beginning; he was hot, always been hot, but he got hotter.
Well, the Brock that I remember in high school, his parents kind of lived out in the country, and he would ride his purple moped out to my house. Purple moped. And my mom, that's how my mom knew him. Like, she knew him as
I'm
the
dead.
kid with the purple moped.
Okay.
And then he would get poison ivy so much that he would put, what's that pink stuff?
It's medicine for it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just pink all over you.
It's pink. He was literally covered, like, his face, and he didn't care. He had no regard. He was just like, yeah, I like got into poison ivy again. Like, it was just like a common thing. So he was like the tumbler, the one that would climb and flip off walls, the purple moped kid, and poison ivy. Yeah, that's how Brock was known.
My moped was not purple, it was blue. Not that a purple moped is, there's nothing wrong with a purple moped.
I can't wait for her to hear this though.
It was blue. And that thing got me everywhere. Cause I lived out in the country and my parents got me a moped so that I wasn't stuck in the house all summer. Cause unless they could drive me in, I couldn't do anything. I was stuck home. So they got me a moped and I would just like take it. And the poison ivy was hell. She said,
She brought that all up.
She said,
all over your body.
She made a comment that she was like, yeah, Brock was just like, yeah, it's just poison ivy. And I was like, if that's how you remember it, I'll take it. But I was effing hell. It was, I got poison ivy like a son of a gun.
Allergic to poison ivy?
Allergic. I looked like Two-Face. It was
What the hell did you do to get it out?
I lived out in the country.
I know, but how'd you get it off?
You just waited out the pink calamine lotion and just laying there suffering. It was literal hell. And then,
oh my God, dude, can we get a picture of that?
I don't. I think I burned those.
Can you please send that over to management so we can get it on?
If I look at poison ivy, I will get it. And then I left at not 8th grade, but 10th grade. So I did get to do high school. Yeah, and so that was 10th grade, but that was But
get your shit right, Kylie.
No, it was I was just like, I just wanted to clear up a few things.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to clear up? And you hear any other rumors?
Just how much I love Kylie.
Oh,
like
she
and I would tumble, and she loved my weird self. She was like, I was a weird, just a strange. I didn't fit in with the boys, and Kylie, I always tell a story. I was like, she didn't make fun of me. She didn't whatever.
No.
She was like, we're gonna tumble, and I'm gonna tumble better than you. And I was like,
bring it on, bitch.
We would do things at the TGA, the gymnastics, and she was so good and always so fun. And then the bodybuilding, and then we like connected to the bodybuilding. And
now you guys need to get in the gym and so you can lift more.
Well, we used to train together at Super Fitness.
Oh, that girl. She's getting back in, or she's been getting back into it. So.
She
is
a beast. Just like her. She would pose like that. I was like, God, I want to be like Kylie.
Absolutely.
He's like, yeah,
absolutely
incredible work. It's so hard while being a mother.
Well,
nuts.
Speaking of her though, bodybuilding, let's talk about your bodybuilding because it is incredible itself.
Thank
you made a movie about it.
Hell yeah. So okay, so
that's the real reason you're here.
Yeah. So so Test is a movie that I wrote, and I wrote this as a way to, one of my mentors in New York, Sean Palmer, told me, he's like, you got to write your own stuff. And so I really took that to heart, and I was competing and I was doing bodybuilding, and I was an actor. And
how many years have you been competing and doing bodybuilding?
So I did my first show when I was 20. Okay. And that was during college. And then I didn't compete again until I was 28. And so I competed for about from like 2019 up until 2025. Because I knew that we were going to film this movie someday, and I needed to look like a real bodybuilder. So I started competing.
So you've had this movie idea and this written under your belt for...
I wrote the first draft in 2016. And I would have table reads, and I would ask my friends to read it and get notes and watch movies and get inspiration. I was like, I need to make a movie because everybody around me was saying, you're too big to be an actor. You're too big to be an actor. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I'm going to make this movie about a big boy. And I'm going to show off what I can do because nobody's going to write a role for me like this. I got to do it myself.
So you're going to write it yourself.
And it started off as like this self-centered project, but then it became something bigger than me. And I started a campaign as part of a competition to get your movie produced, and everybody really responded strongly to the subject matter. And so I was like, oh, this is something. I think I got something here. And I kept going with it. And I just I just dug my jaws, and I did not let go. And we were going to film I remember we were going to film in 2019, and that got shut down. Yep. We were going to film in 2020, that got shut down. And then we were going to film in 2023, and the writer's strike shut us down. And I wanted to just disappear. It was like I couldn't
well,
give up
time
on.
Yet. It wasn't
was-
time
exactly-
yet.
Yeah, that's
It
exactly
was not time yet, because not only is that movie, though, I'm going to interject you for a minute. Yeah, it's about bodybuilding, but it's about a little bit more than just a
1000%.
man who's a big man and a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You're breaking boundaries down
Yeah.
by going into the queer community.
Yeah.
And having a movie that is actually about you fighting who you are and
Yep.
being a very attractive, masculine, very outgoing man who
Yeah.
is gay.
Yeah.
And that movie does not exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And-
I
yeah.
think it was probably a reason why it wasn't getting, that all those barriers are being put up, because it took a certain time period that it needed to be
Absolutely.
released and made.
Yeah.
Let me
and-
put my 2 cents in.
No, that's you nailed it. And once it all started falling into place with this director Sam McConnell, who became the director, and everything just started working, and the timing just became, there were so many coincidences that were not. I was like, this
Yeah,
is
it all lines
this
up.
is all lining up
Yep.
so well. And there's so many things that we talk about. There's religious issues, there's substance abuse, there's sexual exploitation, there's like family dynamics, and the story only got better and better and better as the years went on, and I got deeper and deeper and deeper, and so the story wasn't ready until 2025, and so we were finally able to do it, and it was the time of my life, and I always knew that I was going to film in Dover.
Right.
I had to. And prior time, teams I'd worked with before were like, we might need to film in Pittsburgh, we might need to film in
No.
Kentucky, and I'm like, it's got to be Dover.
It's got to be Dover.
And another thing that's crazy is that Sam McConnell, who I met him at Sundance Film Festival a few years ago,
Okay.
and just happened to run into each other, and I told him about the project, and he read the script and was like, why am I not directing this? And I was like, I don't know, maybe you should.
Has
And
he directed anything like it before?
he had directed short films, and but this is his first feature,
Okay.
and this was my first feature, so
Okay.
we both were like
Right.
hungry for something.
Made to happen.
And he says, where's this set? And I said, oh, it's set in like, Dover, New Philadelphia, Ohio, and you probably never heard of it. And he says, my mom was born and raised in New Philly.
Stop.
Not kidding. And I was
Did
like,
he go to? Oh, she was born and raised
yes,
here.
yes, his mother. And yeah, so she, like, I don't know how many years ago, but he was like, you're kidding me. So that's just things
That
like
is
that.
incredible.
Just things like that.
I did
and-
not know that. That is incredible.
Yeah. And then the house, so there's two characters named Mike and Cody, who are father and son, Mike and his son Cody, and characters in the movie. We found a house for the character of Mike, owned by a guy named Mike and his son Cody, who's Cody Fouts, who I went to school with.
Yeah, he graduated with me in 07. Shout out Cody Fouts.
What up, Cody Fouts?
What?
Thanks for the
Pretty
house.
sure I had a beer with him about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we shot it. We used his house, and it was
No
like there were
way.
so many things like that just kept. It was just crazy. And the one weekend that we could only that we needed the Dover High School auditorium was the only weekend that it was available, and we were like,
Yeah.
let's get book
Done
it
and
right
done.
now. And I mean, the producers, they did magic. They were like, things happened that you'll never know about, fires that we put out that we did not tell you about, but it went off without a hitch. And it was, I mean, we had a wonderful budget, we had the best cast, we had all the support in the world, and it was truly like the best experience. And now we're doing lots of festivals.
I know.
Now we're
And
doing
now
lots
we
of
got to get it
festivals.
picked up and get all the
Mhm,
monies for it.
mhm.
No, it's
But yeah,
amazing.
thank
That's what we
you.
talk about, things like this on the podcast a lot right now with what we're with Lacey PAC, and how it takes time for good things to happen.
Yeah.
And so many people want them to happen right now.
Yeah.
They want that instant gratification. They want their businesses to start up with a boom and be making millions
Mhm.
within the first 6 months, but yet they want to put nothing into it.
Yeah.
And so for you to put 10 years, 10 years.
I would lay awake at night being like, I'm gonna age out of this role. I can't
Yeah,
play. I
I
can't
get
play.
it.
I can't play a 30-year-old at 40. Like this, I would sweat, and I would like my heart would race. And your wonderful crew here
That are
were
back here, you're looking at it.
amazing. I'm not. Yeah, like they don't. I don't know who I'm talking about, but they were
We're not allowed to
all
look at certain cameras.
on set, and they
But they're
were
all back there.
wonderful, and they were all part of it, and they made it very, very magical. So thank you, thank you, thank
Isn't
you,
that
thank
cool?
you. They're sitting back there, they're going, F this guy. This guy's a nightmare.
No, they're not. No, they just told me that before you got here.
Okay, cool.
You're
All
good.
right, okay, yeah.
They're not gonna talk behind your back
Brock
right now.
is great.
Are you kidding?
I tried my best, but it was hard. Ooh, it was hard. There were some days where I was like, I broke down there was one of the days where we had to shoot all of the bedrooms, all of my characters' scenes in the bedroom, and those scenes were very intimate and difficult, and we were doing very serious things. And driving to set that day, I was like, somebody was talking to me, and I was like, I really feel like a dark cloud's over me. And I got to set, and I was like, my friend Pamela from LA, she texted me, she's like,
Anderson.
Yes, Miss
Okay.
Pamela Anderson. My friend Pamela Robbins, who I love to death, and we're very, very psychically connected. And she was like, "How's your heart today?" And I was like, "It's not good." And she FaceTimes me, and I'm like, "It's gonna stuff's going on today. It's really hard." And she was like, "It's okay. Like, you're gonna get through it. We'll do triage after." And then the wonderful makeup, the makeup artist Maria played this song for me while she was getting me ready. That meant something to me, and I was like. It was just like a support. It was like so much support and love that day, and it was just.
But you needed it.
I needed it, and because we were going into some very, very dark places.
Right.
That you have to go if you want to do something meaningful, and.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to change. You got to get into it.
Yeah.
So you needed to be that way.
Yeah.
You amaze me. You
Well,
do.
Thank you. You amaze me too.
Not a lot of people would wait that long on something so so wonderful,
Yeah.
and so hard to write and be vulnerable about, and then still, like you said, you kept your age looking the way you needed it.
I had to keep. I doing
Facials.
facials.
I believe it. I believe it.
Microdermabrasion. I was like,
gosh.
Botox. I was
All of it.
I gotta look 30.
Red light stuff or whatever it is. You
Yeah.
did all of it, I'm sure, but
I just knew that I was like, I can't not do this. I can't move on with my life. I can't be 90 years old looking back going, I can't believe I gave up on that.
Yep.
I was like, that's not an option. I had to do it no matter what it took. So
that's what people need to know, though, is that when you have something that you know is going to be a hit, or that is capable of changing the world, or even changing one person to make them better, this movie could be that for one person, and to just change that person could be a ripple to change so many other things. So
and that's what you're doing with Lacey. I mean, like, how many lives have you impacted with Lacey PAC and everything you've done? You're like, I'm gonna glaze you for a second, but like, what you've done for Dover, New Philly is just like, who else has done this? Nobody has done what you've done. And seeing how hard you have worked, and how many families, I'm gonna start crying. Like how many people you have helped, and the autism community, and like, I mean, it's like 20 years ago, I don't even think that was a term.
No.
And so for you to create a space for these kids and these parents who are they just want their kids to feel seen and feel accepted somewhere. And that's just so, like, you know,
like all of us, we all want to feel accepted.
We all do. But what you have done with Lacey PAC and it's absolutely beautiful. I brag about you all the time in LA, so you know, it's. Yeah, I do. I tell people about my friend Lacey, and
Thank you.
yeah,
I used to travel those roads, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so what's going on? What is happening with what's next for your businesses?
Well, my things are different than yours. You know, you're in. I am so horrible at taking compliments, and also I'm so horrible at focusing on me and what's going on.
But why? Why? Do you feel like you're not allowed to take a compliment?
I feel like I don't feel like the things I'm doing I know are wonderful.
But they kind of come easy to you.
Yeah, I think it's just my next.
So like, that's just my nature.
Like, yeah, this is just like what I do.
That's not everybody.
Right, and I don't realize that maybe, because to me I'm like, no, like this movie you wrote is huge, like da 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 da, and I get it, but it's hard to reflect in and go, well, Lacey, you've opened 5 businesses in a span of 3 years. That's in a small area, and your debt is barely not, you know what I mean? Like, there are so many things, plus having a family, and there are so many things I should be going.
Yeah. Can I say something?
You know,
can I say
yes.
This is something that in 2024 was a big year of, I was in such a dark place. I couldn't get my movie made. I was angry. I was mad. I was like, there was one night where I just had a breakdown, and I was like, okay, I can't do this, and I have to talk nice to myself, because it takes just as much energy to be nice to yourself as it does to be mean.
You're exactly right.
And then I started doing something, and I said, okay, I have to remember, like, imagine my best friend being interviewed about me. What would they say? And that's how I have to talk about myself. And my best friend, like look at the bullet points, and I would imagine, because when you really, I'm like, I'm not this and I'm not that and I'm this and I'm trying and I'm an imposter and I'm a fake and I'm not have any money, and I'm like, that's like the glass is half empty. But my friend would never say that. They would never say, well, he's not this. My friend would say, Brock is a he competes in bodybuilding. He made a movie. He rescues dogs. He's friendly. He always answers his phone. He's always like, and like I have to remember that about myself, and that's like what I try to encourage everyone to do that. Like,
it's a great way of putting it.
Yes, you're like, you're Lacey. You're like, I have started countless businesses.
Yeah.
I have raised a beautiful family.
They're so good looking.
They are very good looking.
So cool.
And
those kids.
Those kids are great.
And I'm like a really rockin' mom.
You're an amazing mother. You're a kick-ass wife, but you're an amazing woman. Who, outside of all that, you are a CEO. You are a pillar of the community. Yeah, and let's stop at what would your best friend say about you? And I want everyone. I try to encourage everybody to do this about themselves. How would your wife describe you? How would your husband describe you? And
don't ask my husband that.
You know,
I know what you mean.
Well, you know what I mean.
Don't ask my husband
in a genuine way. In a genuine way.
In a genuine way. Yes, you're exactly. But I love that. You're correct.
Yeah.
Because we need to do that more often.
Yes.
Instead of working and just thinking, I know I'm great. Are you kidding me? Like,
I know, we're pretty
fucking kidding.
We're badasses.
Let's be real.
We're bad.
I know,
we're bad.
I just don't want to boast too much.
No, you don't want to boast.
So, but no, I get what you're saying. It is. It's that's a great exercise,
Yeah.
and I need to do that because I'm horrible at this.
Whenever I'm feeling down, whenever have those low days, I have to I do the bullet points, and I'm like, no, you know what? I'm really good. I'm a good friend. My friends rely on me. I do this and do that because we have those days where we really just wake up like, I'm not feeling
and
great.
that goes back from being young in the industry as well.
Yeah,
and
it beats you down.
It beats you down.
Yeah.
So I think then you get to a point where you're getting older and you're like, okay, this is what I was supposed to do anyway. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna do it, and I don't need, Like you're right. We should be boasting about it.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
tell me more about what the next Lacey PAC. Yeah.
I am making tons of money.
Oh, yeah.
I live in a mansion. What's up?
What's up?
Just saying, I do own 3 businesses in the downtown area. No, but I do. I have 5 businesses. We're doing this podcast. This podcast has been the biggest thing.
This is
huge. This is something out of my comfort zone. This is not me. This is out of my comfort zone.
But like, okay, but there you go. Like,
yeah,
no one leaves their comfort zone.
Yeah, but you have to.
You have to.
Right. I get bored. So I'm like,
I love your videos. I love watching them. So I'm like, thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone, because for an hour, I get to sit and listen to you for an hour and like listen to crazy stories. I'm driving and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's what the reaction keeps going. Like, oh, I'm cracking people up. I'm like, I didn't know I was so damn funny.
Your stories are bananas.
They are bananas, and there's so many more.
Yeah.
I'm being very, right now, I was kind of, not told, but I'm trying to meet this even line of not being too crude and not being too, like, telling you everything right away. I don't,
I mean, yeah, but like,
I gotta hold back some of the stories.
We love the details. We love you know when to pull it back.
I'm trying.
No, your stories are hilarious.
But yeah, the podcast has been the biggest thing. But we've got the dance studio, we've got the special needs facility.
Okay.
Fat Girl Fitness is our physical health and training, our ladies only gym. And there's no ladies only gym here in this area anymore.
Yeah.
So we opened that up, and I mean, everybody's fat there. So.
And fierce.
And fierce.
And
fab,
and fierce.
And my 8-year-old will drive by and go, there's that fat girl business. All them fat girls in there. I'm like, yeah, all them fat girls in there.
Yeah, and what?
Yep, and what?
Yeah.
But it's PHAT.
Yeah.
But then we have that, and then we have the Lacey Party Pack, where we go and we have our party bus, and we put signs in people's yards that say like happy birthday, or if you get a divorce, we're like, hell yeah. Like,
I didn't know about this.
Congratulations. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, we have like, I'll have to show you in the basement.
Yeah.
All of our yard signs are in the basement.
How do you come up with these ideas? How do you come up with like, how'd you like, I'm going to do a party bus business. Where did that come from?
Because there's nothing here to do it. So it comes at, my business, my best friend, who's my partner, assistant or whatever, her and I, we just see need. You see a need.
I was going to say, yeah, it comes from need, necessity, yeah.
And ADHD.
Sure.
I'm like, oh, I can dance. I can do that every day. But then, can I own a gym? Yes. Can I open a special needs
So it's just like
facility?
a challenge for
Yes.
yourself. You're like, I wonder if I could do that. I can.
Kind of.
Come on, like that's incredible.
It's kind of like, oh, let's try it.
So tell me a little bit more about the autism.
Oh, the special needs
The
facility.
special
I
needs
need to take you
facility.
over there is what I need to
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
But that came out, that was all cash. That's because of my 7-year-old. You know, he got
Yeah.
diagnosed and we have, I could talk to you about that for days, but he got diagnosed at 18 months.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere for them to go. There's nowhere for them to meet friends and
Yeah.
at a young age.
Yeah.
And that's where the Adaptive Movement Center came from was
Yeah.
I needed him. I need him to have friends and I need him to meet a
You
girl and move
you
out my
started
damn
that
house.
to like, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm planning his life.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna learn this center's gonna take care of everything for you, buddy.
Yeah.
But and then he can own it when he gets older, you know? And then he's got a job and then
Yeah.
he's got friends that are there and he's got, you know, and I think a lot of families that go through special needs stuff, they find a path for their kids
Yeah.
if their kids don't find their own.
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
I was just being proactive.
Yeah.
That's what I think all these businesses are. I think it's I'm being proactive. I know these people need to have fun in this area, so I'm gonna get you a party bus. I know they need to be taught dance good and learn friendship skills and teamwork, so I'm gonna open you up a dance studio.
So when are you running for mayor?
No.
When is that happening? When are you gonna just like run the town?
Yeah, maybe president.
Shane Gano is you know, he was very, very helpful
He's doing
with
great.
setting up tests. But if you,
Shane Gano's awesome.
he is
He's
re- he is
Dover.
awesome.
We're New Philly. Though.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He is
Yeah.
Dover. But yeah,
But he's killing it.
he's killing it. But you would kill it in New Philly. Have you ever thought about that running?
We'll
or-
come back. We'll talk about that another
Oh,
day.
you have. You totally have. Oh my God. I'll vote for you. I'll vote for you 10 times. Voter fraud.
I'm done with you on that conversation. We're saying nothing. I'm bringing you a shirt.
Oh my
Brock.
God.
Mr. Brock,
That's for
Yurich,
me?
thank you so much
This is
for
beau-
coming
I love this. Thank you so
to
much.
the Lacey PAC
I
Podcast.
love you.
I have
For bringing me. What?
there's a camera back there and I have a wedgie. Oh, we talk about your
What about it?
I never brought up your ass. Brock has the best ass I've ever seen in my life.
What that? It's in the baggy jeans, but
I
you
know.
yeah, you can
Take them off. If
you
want.
gotta you can see it if you buy the Brock book.
You have a Brock book.
Did you not know the Brock book? If you go to my Instagram, so
Plug it. What camera?
so here
Plugs.
you go on Instagram, at Brock Yurich. I did a photo shoot. Okay, so there's a wonderful photographer who I've become very close with. His name is Charles Moriarty. He's based in London.
Plug him.
And he and I did a photo shoot in 2021 in New York, and then we did another photo shoot, and then we didn't shoot again until 2024 and when I went to visit London. And did you see those photos with the mustache, the black and white photos
First
with
of
the
all,
mustache?
all the photos that are ever on your Instagram are panty droppers. I mean that. Oh, am I not allowed to say
Thank
that?
Well, thank you.
I mean, they are
Thank you.
for everybody.
But Charles Moriarty, he's the one that took this photo.
I saw those. Yes.
Yeah. So he took this photo and these black and white photos with this mustache, and everybody really responded strongly to them. And he said he got the idea. He's like, I think I want to make a coffee table book out of just you. And I was like,
No.
"Let-
Did he?
Tell me more." And he said, you've got this movie. He's like, you have a really great story. You have a lot of intention and you have a lot of drive and I think you've got something to say. And I want to make a book about you. And the only other person that he's made a book for was Amy Winehouse. He was friends with her when she was young and up and coming, and he took photos and they used his photos for her cover album, for the album cover for Frank.
Yeah.
And so he came to Dover and took photos on set of Test. He took incredible, beautiful photos. And then he came to LA and took a bunch of photos. We went to Joshua Tree and took photos in the desert. We took photos in LA. He said, I want to like see you, in your home and like take pictures of the toys that you paint. And we went to the dog shelter.
Oh my
Went to Running
gosh.
Canyon. We did like Diet Coke photo shoots. And so then he made this beautiful book called Brock, and it's for sale. And you can see there's a link on my Instagram, and it's really, really
I'm
nice.
dying right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
The only thing though that I was concerned about this whole conversation was you did say you talked about me a lot and that you didn't ask to take pictures of me in my hometown when you were here.
Well,
The Lacey book.
My bad.
Just let you know.
Have you thought about making like
growing a mustache
growing a mustache? Yeah.
every day when I have to grow up like mine.
Just like ripping it off. But yeah,
Writing a book?
writing a book or
Oh, I'm gonna write a book.
you have to.
I'm gonna write a book, but then I've got to be ready to make sure that my husband's not gonna leave me after I write a book.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean? When you
yeah.
write a book,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
little
lot.
tell-all.
It's gonna be a tell. Yeah.
I will buy.
Yours
10
is all
copies.
pictures. Mine don't have to
Yeah.
be words. Nobody wants to see a bunch of pictures of me.
Yeah.
You though. Anyway, we can do this all day.
Yeah. Well, yeah.